So we put the rocker down, connected the two wires together. You can now hear a hum. Gone for the 20 litre mother, hopefully to take what I need. And now we have connected, as you can see, and it's filling up. And I'll keep on listening for the fuel to run out, or the bottle to fill up, whatever comes first. Back in a sec. So yeah, I apologise I can't film and do the work at the same time, but here's the update. So on the fill pipe coming in, there's a clip. I separated that. I lowered the gap down as much as it would go. You can see now the blue spigot is the overflow pipe from the drip pipe from the filler neck. We've got behind it is the one we're trying to change. Access very, very tight. You can see in there, can we eventually, what you got to do once you've got access is break these clips off. In fact, I had to break off the other clip here, which is for the overflow pipe, to access the big rubber pipe. So I've just pulled out now the left hand side of the metal going into the rubber by brute force, really, from pulling this edge outwards, as in that way. That's separated on that end. I'd already, which you should do with all rubber hoses that are old and been on a long time, pipe grips, I managed to, can we see, put the grips, so I'm getting it myself, hold on. I mean, essentially the hardest bit's been almost getting the pipe clips off. Oh, no, I can't adjust my freaking tool. Hold on. Editing, you know, my editing department will take care of this, I'm sure. You get on the hose, see, you can move the hose. So now essentially it should just come off, really, because the other end is off. Just see there. So we've got to get our hand in there, pull that pipe off. Yeah, that one. Pull that pipe off and then put the new one on. And then the new one comes with Jubilees, which is the only way we're going to be able to get this on. So I'm back in a second. Well, that was a pain in the arse, let me just tell you. So this white thing, I don't know if I can get the other hand on it. I don't think I can though. This white thing, there we go, that's a good view. I think it's something to do with the anti-siphon, stop you siphoning fuel, I'm guessing. We can touch it, and it came out, and it was actually stopping me getting the pipe off. You see it comes out there like that. So it appears to go home there. And yeah, interesting. Try and clean that end up. So the new pipe needs to go back on, obviously. Check around the union, feels alright. I found the leak anyway, that's promising. So on the original pipe, which is this one, we can clearly see I imagine that's where it was coming from, because part number there, I don't know if that's changed. I'll check on my new one. Big end at the tank. A little more there. So that's money's worth. Had the newer one. Stand by it. I want to show you it. It's different. Ta-da! It's a new one. 914-1423. The older one. 863-4660. But look at the obvious difference. Big reinforcement on the middle here. In fact, yeah, I'm sure it's the right one. So they give you Jubilee clips, 988030, to go with your new clamp. So just got to get it back in there again now. Okay. God, ages to get the bloody old one off. Unbelievably difficult. Pipe clips, and then obviously the old hose how they stick on the spigots when they're old. Anyway, we have a split. We also have many splits. So she's had it. New one, different design. Got that reinforced in the middle there. It's a proper one. It's good to find the problem. Bloody hard to get to. Let's show you in there. The white ended union at the back. Fill pipe. Alright. So this is the day after. I ran out of time yesterday. I had to force the drive to work without cruise control, which was horrendous. So the lights are absolutely awful here, and it's getting dark. Different microphone might be better. We'll see. Do you like it better? Anyway, I managed to. Oh, it's gonna be hard to see. Oh, maybe not that. Can I turn the light on? Oh yeah. Let's have a little look inside there. Can we? I don't know actually what went wrong with the video there, so hopefully it's started again. This phone is awful. I'm not going to name and shame it, but it's that's probably the best you're going to get. That's the new rubber pipe in situation. Kind of see the reinforced rib we saw yesterday, and the angle was actually not easy to do. The tank still as high up as it's in situation. There's the Jubilee clips that you get instead of the factory one-time use clips, which incidentally were a bugger to remove. It's right if you are lucky and happen to get your try and find one for you. And my bundle of shit on the floor here. Oh, yeah, here we go. So here is one, and they kind of are like a CV joint clip, but these ones have a three barbs into a hole, and obviously it's gripped together with the tool. So what you've got to do is obviously work a tool into the barb area, and you'll clip it open like that. and remove it. But believe it or not, that's actually a real mission to do. And also to note that it was impossible without focus. Well, that's not bad, is it? That's quite nice. Right, the first pipe there is goes up to the drip tray connection of the same fuel neck. I'm not moving yet because I've got quite a good focus here, so I'll go and look at a sec. But anyway, you cannot get, if you can see what I mean, behind the main pipe, the first pipe even, to the pipe you need to change with your hand, unless it's tiny, at all, without taking that pipe off first. So this pipe's Jubilee is new because I put that on yesterday, and I didn't buy that, I just happened to have it in my stock. Anyway, you need to pull that lump out of the way to get your hand to the main pipe. Getting the main one off was awfully, yeah, rigmarole. I might have said it yesterday, but I'll carry on. The trick with old rubber pipes is to use pipe grips like a plier around the pipe, and you're not trying to pull the pipe off laterally, you need to rotate the pipe first on the spigot nice and free to break all the 20 years of sticking rubber and so on. And on that end of the big pipe, let's see if I can lay under the car quick. It looks soaking wet. It's not fuel, it's grease I put on the pipe yesterday to help push it in because it was so hard. It's a new pipe to the metal pipe of the neck. I don't know how much the metal pipe is. You can buy that as obviously a spare part, but that involved changing 3 pipes, including the breather, which goes somewhere to the middle of the tank, which I didn't really want to try and get to. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, in the gap between framework there, you can get a pair of pipe grips, and you can then gently rotate as I said, the pipe joint and break the seal, and even on that one as well. But still, you need to try and pull it then laterally off. And is that what I need to show? I think it is. You cannot obviously get to the other clip from this. We can't look from this angle. You can't get there. If you took off my zoom, hold up. There's the strap, the metal strap for the tank, held on by what's that? Looks like an 8mm hex, 10mm hex, and another 10mm hex. They give you a window to get the 10mm hex off there. I've got a hole, or it's a UJ with a couple of extensions and other things that I was thinking of, but yeah, up the hole there. There it is. I think if you got the strap out of the way, you got a bit more success. I've got to obviously refasten my cable for the suspension to unclip off the alley, and then I've tested it for fuel and it doesn't leak now. Also, okay, I can sit back up again because it's on the floor. So here is the fuel pipe, and obviously it's made out of aluminium there, and the paint has come off whilst I've been manhandling it. So you've got to pull that way hard to pull the pipe out of the rubber, and the tip really was yeah, I pulled metal pipe out first, because if you recall from the previous video, if you remove the metal inner circlip off this, you can then take the boot out and then the whole pipe can come out here, which I got yesterday. I couldn't film any of this because I wasn't set up with any sophistication or tripods or anything. So this is it for a minute until I get said bits. But yeah, you've got to pull the metal work out to the left, and then get tools and twist and then pry off the other pipe. But note, I'll try and get a good zoom here, because note the angle that the rubber elbow has to go at, because the spigot right in the centre of the shot that's sticking out of the tank, as on the other video you'll see a white anti-siphon, I think it's an anti-siphon thing, and you've got to kind of get your pipe over the top of that first, then over the top of the spigot and push down. All the while the tank is just not tank, the top of the car, the bottom of the car, you know what I mean, the ceiling of the yeah, you got what I mean, that is really close, and you're trying to push it on against it, so you've got to kind of push it off an angle and then twist it back around again to get the angle you need. You're helped out with, not be able to see here, I don't think, can we see on the other view, there's a rubber key, that's a keyway notch on the pipe. You see it there? Basically, I think that notch is to show you effective 12 o'clock or top dead center of the elbow. So you've got a bit of a guide to how it is. When you get this wrong, because you've got the angle or the rotation wrong on the other side onto the tank, this outlet angle of the actual pipe here is awfully away from where you want it, and it took a lot of lining up. So take heed of that notch, and then a friend and I had to then kind of push the pipe back into the rubber because it was new. Then the Jubilee clip situation, right, so you've got a 50-50 chance really of getting a Jubilee clip on the right side of the pipe, and I didn't have a lot of opportunity to obviously once it was on there was no way I was pulling that pipe back off again. That was such a mission to get it back on. So I put the Jubilee clip facing down like that, as you can see, and what you can do is use a little mini 1/4 inch ratchet and a 7mm socket. Most Jubilees are 7mm socket, and tighten it as you can see in that fashion. I regretted it and really wish I'd have put it with the screw facing from below the pipe. That would have been a nice little access then with a log extension from out here. The other Jubilee is on the top there, because it's nice and accessible with an extension. 7mm. I think that was a bit of a jazzy stainless one that was an 8mm. What else can I say? So yeah, I'm just kind of now screwing the subframe back up again. Got to put that back up again. The pipework is sort of secure up inside the neck, but it also then has which I think I half broke one of these. No, this one I didn't break. This fits around the subframe mounting, and then that part of the plastic obviously just keeps the fuel pipe from moving, so that's got to go back on again. And then there was a plastic clip which I know it's not so broke. It looks like Mickey Mouse. Look, the Mickey Mouse clip. ET's face, if you're old enough to remember ET. Alright, anyway, that ET's face clip is used to secure the 3 focus. What's that Canadian guy that used to shout at his camera, "Focus you F"? He's on YouTube, he does videos of destroying tools and equipment. AVE? I haven't seen any for ages. But cool, nevertheless. Right, anyway, yeah, so there's the 3 drip tray pipe with odd accumulator thing in it. Breather pipe, and main fuel pipe. ET clip and the subframe clip to add back on again. So I've got to screw it all back up again now, really. Lift the car back up, screw it back up to the car, reposition my on the R you got electronic suspension, so they have a cable going into the, it's a crap angle, isn't it? There's the strut, McPherson thing, little tiny thin one, and then the cable goes into the bottom to a solenoid, and the solenoid has three modes really. One is a relaxed state, one's so on the dashboard you've got three switches, comfort, sport and advanced, and from what I read actually sport is the default. So what if anything goes wrong in the system, if anything goes wrong in the system, the suspension feels in what would be sport mode if you can select sport. So meaning that's comfort is more the oil that's in this. Where's the portion I'm looking for here at the back? Hold up. So there's a little cylinder at the back, and that has a needle valve solenoid, and then actuated by the computer that can then let the oil out or in or held or whatever into the strut, and then you get the three modes of comfort from that solenoid arrangement. So if the system doesn't work, the solenoid doesn't work, and then you're left at a default valve setting, and that is the pressure of sport. Anyway, so in a minute I've got to put my sensor cable back onto the alley, which I think looks like a wear mark there. I should have took a picture already, but it looks like it feels like home there. I have to bang that with a little banging tool in a minute. That looks pretty good. I have new brake pipes to fit, stainless braided ones. I've got them on the front, but I've not got around to get them on the back because it's a bit of a pain in the arse with this bracket. You need to set aside a few hours really with an old dirty car to make sure you do this correctly. You can't really rush the brake pipe because look at the dirt, you can get into the thread, which is the damage. So yeah, I'll put the bracket back up, put the filter, if you recall, we that's hanging free at the moment because I was using that as a dropping the fuel out method. So brackets and screws and bits and bobs to put on in a minute, and then I will complete. Well, let's do another little bit in a minute. Right, bye. Right. Clip fits back on like that. The screw for the brake pipe bracket, 10mm. I just forgot I'm not using my super mic. Sorry. 10mm for the filter bracket, and then do these up 15mm, and the big one is, what's that, 18? 18, 15, and then 15 for the rear too. That's not quite the right place, is it? Generally the yellow paint on things, or the paint stripe, tells you that it should live in a clip and where the clip is, roughly, as you can see, roughly. Bingo. God. It's tight enough. Yeah, I disagree with you, Volvo, your clip there. Put that back on, and now we just got to do the ET clip. So that's got to go round a couple. And so on. I'll do that so yeah, sorry, I should have filmed it, but I didn't. In, clips back in the barb. An unbroken version has another piece of plastic that covers this up, which I broke off. There's the 3 pipes. So we're all back to height again. Excellent. So last thing now is the inner wheel arch liner. I've just got to poke these rivets out that I didn't quite get out properly the first time. The rears are all clean. And then, oh yeah, I've got one up there, get out. And then find some new rivets quickly and hopefully pop it in and put a wheel on. I'll return.